yourself up, Queen. Shake yourself. You are the knight in shining armor that you have been waiting for. Pick yourself up, open your mind, invest in your growth, and never let them belittle you again. Remember, you are an abundance queen. You are born to shine. Welcome to Creating in Abundance Queens and Kings. My name is Pooja, and in this episode of Creating Inner Abundance, I'm going to talk about why you need to have a mindset that helps you get out of the rut, why it is time for you to pick yourself up, dust yourself up, chin up, and move. I'm going to talk about how your mindset navigates your life. So, without any further ado, let's get started. How we think creates how we navigate our life and what we attract to our life, right? By now, every one of us knows that. And use these diagrams to make this concept that I'm going to share now concrete. Today, I'm going to talk about how your mindset can completely shift your life. How you can either go upward, downward, or you can remain stagnated because of how you think. What you think determines how you act, and your actions has the capacity to shift your life in a completely new direction, because it is the little things that compounds over time and gives you the result that you want. I'm going to make use of these graphs. I hope I can do justice, but this will elaborate the importance of thinking right and how you need to pick yourself up from whatever phase or stage of life you are in and choose the right thoughts, because your thoughts determines your future. Let's start with this first graph. Look at the line. You can see some ups and downs here, but it is a straight line. It has no momentum over the long term, no movement up or down. It is constant. Now let's use this graph to compare it with someone's life. Sheena. Sheena has a very stable life. She's happy with where she is with her life. She wakes up, goes to her job, does her normal morning routine, comes back, Netflixes and chills, and is not ambitious of growing. She's just stagnated. She goes to do her job in the morning, comes back and repeats that continuously. What's happening here? She has stagnated. There is no growth we can see in her life. Everyone goes through these phases. I'm not just being partial to one, but this phase is a very dangerous phase to be in, because it is a flat line. It is a flat line with a little bit of movement up and down, which dictates or which tells us that this person has no aspirations. They don't have the capacity or desire to grow beyond their normal reality. They don't have the capacity to grow beyond their normal routine. They don't have the capacity to shift beyond their current reality. This is not where we want to be. The second graph, this one, it shows a downward spiral. There are two things which causes a person to go through a downward spiral. There are two situations. A person can go through a downward spiral in two situations. Firstly, let's put Rosetta into picture. Rosetta has bad habits. She is circled by bad company. They say that you are the average of 5 people you deal with. The kind of friends she deals or hangs out with are not supportive of where she wants to go. They drink, they smoke, they don't have ambitions in life, they don't want to get ahead in life. How will Rosetta turn up in the end? So Rosetta will have a very similar life, because she does not feel inspired in her circle. She feels that when she looks at her circle, she feels that she is doing good enough, and she does not feel that inspiration to do something good. She starts drinking, she starts smoking, she starts wasting time, and she loses her ambition over time. This gradually creates a downward spiral in her life, because it is affecting her health, it is affecting her mindset, it is affecting the way she treats herself, it is affecting the way she treats life. You don't want to be here. And until and unless a person does not have the awareness to shift from it, and until and unless you don't make the decision to shift from this, nothing is going to change. 95% of the population is in the downward spiral. You know why? It is just easy to be there. It is easy to be a victim. It is easy to blame someone than to show up for yourself, than to have standards, than to pick yourself up, dust yourself up, chin up, and move forward and be crystal clear of what you want in life. Isn't it? But there is another thing that can lead to downward spiral as well. I have been through downward spirals more than I can ever imagine in my life. I've been through this phase in my life a lot, but every time I have been in this phase, it has made me stronger. It has made me more resilient. And it has shown me what can happen to my life if I let go and if I let someone else take control for me. And I did not want that. One such instance where I went through downward spiral was when I lost my dad. I lost the equilibrium of my life, the passion that I had to do something beyond I could imagine, my dreams, my passion, my zeal and vigor for life. It just simply disappeared. And that's natural. I was grieving, right? But it made me become introspective. It made me reflect internally and go within myself, finding answers. I think this phase is called the dark night of the soul for a reason. Because you go deep within yourself, beyond what we see in our 3D, you finally decide to self reflect and see yourself for who you truly are. A person goes through dark nights of the soul when they go through some very uncomfortable situations like losing someone very important in their life, going through a breakup, losing a job. It is something where you're impacted so deeply emotionally. But if you know how to use it, you can go down the Rosita lane where you will drink and smoke and indulge in things that will never ever create any sort of shift or transformation in your life. Or you can choose the other lane. Become introspective. Go deep within yourself. Embrace that season for what it truly is. And dive deep. What do you really want, sister? What do you want, queen? What do you want for yourself? And this is where, when I was in a pit, when my world was crumbling before my eyes, one thing after the other, it was the job, it was the relationship, it was losing friends from my life, everything was crumbling. To a certain stage, I was a victim. I was blaming others for my situation and my life and was not taking accountability for my actions. Did it help me? No. I guess I was enjoying that moment when I was loathing and getting and diving myself in self-pity. But once I got that awareness of what was happening to me, everything shifted. That is when I made a decision. Pick myself up, dust myself, chin up, and made that decision that no one is going to belittle me. I am going to become what I have dreamed for myself. I am not going to become a people pleaser. I am not letting someone else decide what I am going to experience in my life. I'm not going to let someone else's judgment or someone else's decision, someone else's point of view affect me or stop me from living my best life. And you know what? Someone's judgment is just your own reflection. What part of you is attracting those judgments in your life or those people in your life? I started to take ownership for everything that was happening in my life. Nothing was wrong with them, everything was wrong with me. I needed to change. I looked in the mirror, and that's when I decided to change. That's where we have this third graph, the third phase. the upward spiral. When a person decides to be in this stage of life, they see themselves for truly what they are. They know going this path is more challenging. They know that going this path, you need to be more resilient, you need to be strong, you need to have the courage, the discipline, and everything in between. Because you need to show up yourself 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Then if you give up, you will either stagnate or you'll go down. You need to show up for yourself every single day, even when you don't feel like it. You need to believe in yourself even when you don't feel like it. You need to believe in yourself even when people are laughing at you. They think that you're insane for having that dream. You need to pick yourself up constantly. Find ways, find mentors, find inspiration. Fill your head with a lot of positive thoughts. Heal yourself. Is this easy? No. But is this worth it? Yes. It is definitely worth it. And that's where this upward spiral comes in. You are pushing yourself for growth. You are developing yourself. You're developing your circle. You're investing in your growth, your power. You are investing in becoming the best version of yourself in every aspect of your life. Be it health, be it relationship, be it your relationship with money, be it your authenticity, be it your relationship with your friends and family, be it how you show up at your work, in every single thing of your life. Pick it, clean it, and tap into that version of you who is already living that life, who is happy, who is radiant, who is glowing. This is what the upward spiral is. Now let's look at all these phases of our life: the equilibrium, the stage where there is no shift, the downward spiral, and the upward spiral. If we look at a bird's eye point of view, this is life. We can't judge ourselves for being in any of the stages because every stage of this life has its own purpose. That's why they say that nothing is a coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. How would you know the joy of being in that upward spiral? How would you know the joy of showing up for yourself, choosing yourself, valuing yourself, and growing yourself, your family, your friends, your time, the way you utilize your time? How do you see the value of growth, of success, of happiness, of joy, of the good things in life if you have never experienced the downward spiral, the dark night of the soul? How would you know the value of being stagnated when you can't see any ups and downs in your life? When you have not gone through those dark, shadowy self, the dark night of the soul. Every three stage that I'm talking about serves a special purpose in your life. So don't judge yourself for being in any stage of your life. Sometimes what we see in social media can overwhelm us because you get that FOMO. Oh my God, this person is so successful. This person has all the things that I desire. And we judge ourselves without being aware. Don't judge yourself. Everyone is making mistakes. Everyone is learning. Everyone is in their own phase of life. Don't put anyone in a pedestal. They are going through their own unique journey of life. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. So live it to the fullest. Don't judge yourself for being in any of this stage, but make this decision to choose growth. Because if you're not growing, you're shrinking. That's it. If you don't choose to grow, you will automatically shrink. If you have a beautiful garden and if you don't focus that energy, or if you don't give that attention to that garden to nurture it, what will happen to that garden? What will happen to the flowers, the plants in that garden? They will die, right? That's what life is. That's the law. So choose what you do with your life wisely. We can see that in every stage of these phases, there is a little up and down. That's life. But that up and down dictates your comfort zone, dictates your tolerance for pain or pleasure. If you are in an equilibrium, your tolerance for pain and pleasure is consistent, there is no growth. If you're in a downward spiral, you are minimizing your tolerance for pleasure and you are exceeding your tolerance for pain. That's not good. But in the upward spiral, things are happening to you. Things are happening to you, and it is understandable. You are going through bumps, you're going through challenges. You are increasing your tolerance for growth. You are increasing your tolerance for pleasure. You are increasing your tolerance for joy, for abundance, for greatness. And you are minimizing it for sorrow, for complaining, for being in a victim mindset, for self sabotaging, for not believing in yourself. So be that abundance queen. Choose yourself and increase your tolerance for growth. Pick yourself up, queen. Chin up. It's time to thrive. Until next time, peace, much love, and please keep on creating your inner abundance. Bye.